This is the 33rd Sunday in Ordinary Time. Jesus is there talking about the end of the world. The universe is going to come to an end. When? Don't know. Right now there's problems in the world, climate problems and hurricanes and heat and fires, the floods, awful things happening in the world. Think maybe soon the world is going to end? Don't know. Who knows when the world is going to end? Who knows it? Jesus knows? He doesn't know. The angels know? The angels don't know. One person only knows. God the Father. He knows when the world will come to an end. But one end that's coming for all of us, you and me, we will die. We will. When? Tomorrow, next week, 10 years from now into the future, 20 years, 30 years in the future, we don't know. You and I, we will die. But in looking at death, our attitude is what? Go back a little bit to start into the beginning. Your baptism. One explanation for baptism that I like, and baptism is the water is poured on the child. Jesus takes the child in his arms, holds the child close to Jesus' heart. Jesus' heart beats with great love for that child. And that heart beats will change in the future. It's never going to happen. Jesus will continue loving that child forever throughout his or her life. No matter what happens in that life. The person grows up, rejects Christ, rejects God, hates God, lives an awfully bad life. The heart of Jesus is going to stop loving that person? No, never. Jesus will continue loving that person forever. Then Jesus wants to draw that person who's run away. That person has run away from Jesus, God. Jesus draws that person to come back, close to the heart of Christ. Draws him back how? By forcing? No. Jesus draws the person back by love. Gently drawing the person back. But always Jesus respects that person. That person says, I'm old, I don't want God, I don't care about God, Jesus, I don't care. My way is best one, I want that, I want my way always. I reject you, I reject Christ. Then I die. Then what happens? God says, your decision of rejecting God, rejecting Christ, that's fine. I respect that. I accept your decision. Now, go off. Person goes to hell. Hell means what? Sometimes we remember an explanation of hell about fire. Not fire, I don't think that. But a person wants other people to like them. They want that in hell. People feel, all they feel is hatred. Everyone hates each other. In hell, a person wants peace and happiness. In hell, only depression, hatred. A person wants friendship, find friends, feel a certain unity. In hell, a person is alone, lonely, forever and ever. The opposite in heaven. Heaven in heaven, sometimes we imagine heaven, just look at the heaven, we imagine angels flying around, see people playing instruments or on violins. It's boring. What does heaven mean? I think I remember your most wonderful experience in your life. Your father, maybe you felt others who are mothers. I've heard people say, your child given you're for the first time given into you, you feel an exaltation. You feel that, wow, that's a beautiful feeling. It's a little bit of an example of the joy in heaven. Or something else, a wonderful thing that's happened in your life. You're playing baseball, you hit the ball, it goes a home run, and you win the game. You feel excited, proud, happy. In heaven, that feeling is a little bit, tiny bit of the joy of heaven. Sometimes you feel love embracing you you feel God's arms touching you, and you know strongly that feeling of God touching you. Remember that heaven is so much better than that. Heaven, more than we can know, more joy than we can know. Heaven means God cares for us. Other people in heaven care for us. We are joined together. People here on earth hate each other, but we're friends in heaven. That person was an enemy here. In heaven, it's all forgiven. We hate each other here on earth, but in our life, it's all forgotten. That's what happens. That's the reason we understand more about God in heaven. God cares for us in heaven. People care for us in heaven. Begins when? In heaven? No, it can, but it's also caring for each other happens here on earth. Heaven begins here on earth. Let me tell you a story. An angel went to visit a saint, asked her, "Do you want to see hell? Then we see heaven. Would you want that?" "Oh, yes, I'd like to see what hell is like." The angel brought the two of them. The two of them went down to hell. The person looked around. All in hell looks very nice. The houses are nice, beautiful place. Trees and flowers, very nice. Surprise, hell's nice. Then they walked they heard awful screaming, crying. They saw a great banquet hall. They went in, saw on the tables food, so much delicious food. Then people looked at the people. Strange, those people in hell, they were all, their arms were long, their elbow, they had no elbows. They couldn't get the food, eat it. They couldn't. And all the people there were hungry, thirsty. The woman said, "I understand hell now. Do you want to go up into heaven, see what heaven is like?" "Oh, yes, please. I'd like to see heaven." They went up into heaven, looked around. Oh, same place. Nice houses, trees, flowers, very nice. Looks like a great. And they went to the great banquet hall. All the people there were in the hall. All of them were enjoying themselves, talking, singing, enjoying themselves. The angel said, "Oh, I see here. All the people here have normal arms with an elbow." No. Heaven, it's the same. People here have long arms, elbows, no elbows. But here, the food is there. They take it and give it to the person opposite. Person opposite gives it, and all can eat. With all take care of helping each other. That's heaven. That heaven can begin here on earth. When we truly care for each other, help each other, love each other, then heaven begins here on earth.